I went from strict to stricto, strict. Understand? Only person I owe is myself. Strict.
Yes, people. Welcome back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, whatever it is that these other YouTubers tell you to do, but do it for me. Champions League Day 2, Arsenal away at Lens, French side. Man, difficult game, man. It shouldn't have been difficult, if I'm being honest. Quality in our team, quality in the squad. But unfortunately, again, I don't know whether to call this a blip or an obvious defeat, because we seem to keep conceding goals through errors now. It's like we're at the point now where we're helping opposition's attack. We scored a great goal. It was their defensive mistake. Gabriel Jesus nicking the ball, getting the ball from Saka. Another assist from Saka. I'll get back to him in a minute. Giving the ball to Jesus finishing, good finish, bottom right hand of the keeper. And then they equalize from another error. Now, Raya, he's been given praises, even by myself, for how calm and composed and more relaxed he is compared to Ramsdale. But yeah, he's starting to, I don't know, look suspect a bit, man. The ball, he trying to do a diagonal from his box to the right hand side to Tomiyasu, but totally undercut it. The ball was nicked, and to be honest, it was a great goal. I mean, from when the mistake happened to when the goal was scored, I mean, we did have our chances to kind of clear it, if you want to, or at least get our defense in order, but we didn't. But it was a great finish from the Lens player. I don't remember his name, to be honest. But yeah, man, these errors, all coming from the back. Like, this is, you think about these players, you think about the difference that these players that we're signing are supposed to be, like, the difference makers. If you think about Emery's reign, where we had a goalkeeper who couldn't really play out from the back, and the back line who couldn't really play out from the back except for David Luiz, and now we've kind of addressed those issues, but we still seem to be making those mistakes we was making back then. And in this level of competition, this level of football, you're going to get punished, and that's plain and simple as that. They made an error, we punish them, and we make an error, they punish us. And then they go on to get their second goal. How did they even get that goal? I can't even remember right now. I think it was from our left. I think that's Zinchenko's side. I'm pretty sure. Get the ball again. Another great finish. Now, one-time finish. Like, the striker let the ball come across him, just opened up, slotted it bottom corner. Raya could do nothing about it. But like, this competition is one I really, really want. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans will agree. And I think it's a competition we can go far. We've got a bigger squad, and I say this to say that. I say that to say this. Saka we saw him limping off against Bournemouth in the weekend, and never in a million years did I think he would be starting today. And I think it is time Arteta needs to start saving him from himself. If the boy wants to play, you have to tell him, no. I love your enthusiasm, I love your passion, I love your desire to want to start each and every game, but it comes a point where you have to save him from himself. You have to save him from himself. And, now ultimately he might be out for the Man City game. I would have wanted him to rest today. I'm not saying don't start your best players if they're available, but I think Saka's situation is an exception, because he has been playing I think is it 89th start or some shit like that, or something in the 80s anyway, And if you think about how he's gone from coming into the squad as a 17-year-old up until now. Like, it's a lot of games to be starting. Like, it's a lot of games, a lot of dependency, a lot of pressure. And I keep saying it, like, this boy is going to burn out. We saw it at the back end of last season. You know, and unfortunately, I'm hoping we're not seeing it now, but I think he needs to be managed. He needs to be managed, and I think it's up to Arteta to manage the players' welfare, irrespective of his desire and wants to and his wants to play. So I got a cold, you know. Like, it comes a time where you just gotta save the man from himself. But nonetheless, he got his assist again. Brilliant assist. Well, didn't really have to do much. I mean, it was more Jesus' work, but again, it was him that put the ball through for Jesus. Now Havertz, man, I cannot see it. I cannot see it. He's not new to this league. He's new to this team, but he's not new to this league. And he's not. He's not. It's not the Premier League. Obviously, it's a Champions League game, but you know what I mean. And the weekend we saw the team helping him. You know, we saw the team giving him that penalty for him to score, and it was a well converted penalty because he could have missed it. Do you know what I mean? The kind of form he's in, he could have missed it, but he scored it, and you're kind of hoping, all right, cool. The team have helped you here now. Now, 65 million. We did not buy you for the team to help you. We bought you for you to help the team. And so far, every game, I really don't see it. Yeah, he's getting better, but better at what though? Like, what is that? Is that the bro? We've gone past them days where the bar was so low. We've gone past those days now. We're at the stage now where if you're coming to the Arsenal, to the team, to the club, like the standards are high now. We've set such a high standards that everyone's got to raise their game. You're not at Chelsea anymore, bro. You got to raise your game at the end of it. Like everyone else is pushed on. Your Fabio Vieiras, your Reece Nelsons, you could even say Emil Smith Rowe. Like, these guys is holding bench because you are playing, but you're not playing with any urgency. You're not playing with any acknowledgement of competition. It's like you're just coasting. You're coasting. We're in the Champions League now, bro. Like, you've come straight in. Like, obviously the manager trusts you. Obviously the manager sees something that the rest of us, I certainly don't see. And I'm hoping that you would, come and prove me wrong. But technically the boy is technically ain't got it technically. And the way this team is set up, you have to be, your technicals has to be the minimum, the bare minimum. And he just don't got it. Don't got a touch. Like, all right, cool. He's quite tall. He's I wouldn't even say he's physical because I seen him get bullied all the time. But he can hold the ball at times. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying we lost today because of him, but I'm saying, like, when you are losing, you kind of look at the big man in the team and be like, all right, cool. Havertz, you're the 65 million man. Like, what can you do for us up top? Nothing, bruv. Absolutely nothing. And ultimately, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know because Arteta trust him, innit? But from a fan standpoint, from a footballing standpoint, I watch the Arsenal week in, week out, and I really do not see it. Like, people are like, oh yeah, he's good at his defensive work, but we didn't buy him for defensive work, bro. All right, cool. If that's the case, then what we do going forward is if we're leading and we need to defend our lead, we chuck Havertz in. 65 mil, we'll chuck him in to help us defend our lead. Like, we didn't buy him for that, so I don't want to hear that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. And like I said, it's not like he's new to the Premier League. He's not new to the Premier League. You're not. So that grace that you might get, like the grace that other players get of, like, he's got time to settle in and bruv, yours is different. You got to settle in now. You got to settle in yesterday. Trossard came in, boom, hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? No time to waste. This, like I said, we're not back in them days where the bar is so low where every little good thing you do is applauded. Nah, we need fucking, we need production. Do you know what I'm saying? We need all of that, and we're not getting it. Especially at 65 minutes, we're not getting it. And I don't care people comparing him to Mason Mount. Oh, he's doing. I don't give a fuck. Mount's over there. That's his business and United's business. But Arsenal business is different business. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it's starting to look like bad business. It's starting to look like bad business, especially when you see like teams like Tottenham and how much good business they've done, especially in regards to Maddison. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I could go on and on and on, but yeah, it is a squad game. Tomiyasu, he played all right. I think he did get caught off for that first goal, but I think that's a bad ball from Raya. I think it was a hospital ball from Raya. Ben White came on. Obviously, he didn't play the right back. I think he came in for Zinchenko, didn't he? Zinchenko, mixed game from him. Jesus tried, but their centre back had him on lock. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who that guy is, but we might need to look into that guy. That guy was solid. What's his name? I need to look at his name, to be fair. What's his name? I thought he had a solid performance, and he not only was he like his position, but his physicality was mad. You know, his physicality was mad, and you know, we all know Jesus ain't no small boy. Do you know what I'm saying? But he kind of put him that way, man. And Smith Rowe, come on, he looked sharp, he looked determined. Reece Nelson as well had a chance there. The defender blocked it. Good block, could have scored. Eddie came as well. Eddie came on. You know, there was a lot of what's the words? Intensity. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once they scored, we weren't really doing anything. Even before they scored, we weren't really pushing for anything. You know, I was calling out for a change. I would have honestly had Nelson on I would have had Nelson on instead of Vieira, if I'm being honest. I think Nelson will cause them more problems. I wasn't against the Vieira start, but personally I would have gone more for Nelson. You know, you see when Nelson comes on, he's a different animal, you know, and I think we needed that animal today. But it is what it is, man. I'm hoping it's a blip. I'm not gonna get too carried away. It's a 2-1 loss away from home in the Champions League. Hopefully the boys learn from that. And obviously, the game on Sunday against City was clearly on Arteta's mind. But bruv, we've been trying to get to this Champions League for the last 6 years. Like, this is also as important. Do you know what I mean? So start with your strong 11. But again, I understand we've got a squad. You know, there's players who are fighting for positions week in, week out, and you give them their chance, and they got at the end of the day, they got to take it. Do you know what I mean? They got to take it. But again, it's one of those games now where if we're so relying on Odegaard, you know, if Odegaard isn't performing, it's like the team doesn't perform, and that is worrying. That is worrying, and which is why I was crying out for us to sign fucking Maddison. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at least, you know, he's another creator. You know, it's someone who creates something out of nothing. You know, because if Odegaard ain't doing it, the team doesn't seem to perform. So, but anyway, listen. You know the vibes already. Like, share, subscribe, whatever it is that these YouTubers tell you to do, but do it for me. I'm out.